Okay, let's see if we can see what kind of boost my Phantom electric supercharger can make. Just driving home from work. We're gonna see if we can get this boost up. Of course, we got heavy traffic right in the middle of downtown Vancouver, so I don't expect to have too many opportunities to actually open up the motor. And actually, you only get boost when you get basically full throttle. So even with an FRS, which doesn't have a lot of power, it's kind of hard to get to open it up to full throttle for any length of time in a city. But that's where I am right now, so I'm going to give it a try and see if I can get any figures here. I just got the Torque app, which I have running on my smartphone with my new mount, which fits into the CD player slot, and I'm hoping that this will allow me to see what's happening with my car hands-free. And that is a rather nice looking Boxster on my right. I have noticed that a lot of Boxsters are driven by women, and they like white. So in case anyone doesn't know how the Torque app works, the app itself that I have installed right now is called Torque Lite, which is a free app. It doesn't have all the features of the full featured app, but it has quite a few, including 0 to 60 times, as well as boost gauge, which is what I'm showing right now, vacuum boost gauge. And all you need to get to make it work is a Bluetooth OBD2 reader, which is plugged into your OBD port, which I have right down there at the bottom of my dash. Close to my right foot is the port for this car. You plug it in there, it sends all the information from the engine via Bluetooth to your smartphone, which then displays it with the app right there. So it's a pretty good system. You can see what's happening inside your car without having to get expensive gauges all wired up, etc., etc. Also, perhaps you can see in the video, I'm not sure what actually you can see. You can also see my voltmeter. This is my voltage gauge for the Phantom electric supercharger system. It shows that right now I'm not quite at full voltage. It fairly rapidly recharges, but the last little bit takes a while. Normally my max voltage for the system is 28.6 volts. Right now I'm at 28.2. And whenever I dip into the electric supercharger, whenever that starts working, the voltage gauge will show that. Now I have a two-step switch that is attached to the gas pedal in this car, and at basically 75% throttle, the first stage opens up, which gives you 2 psi max, and at full 100% throttle, actually about 97%, you get, okay, the battery died on the GoPro, so now we have a new battery that we should be able to make things work. Anyway, so what I was saying before I got onto this bumpy road. So the Torque app, I have Torque Lite. That gives you not all the features that you want, but it does give you a few key features that I like, which is 0 to 60 times, and also gives you a boost gauge. So right now I've got it open on the boost gauge. The way it works is you get a Bluetooth OBD reader that you plug into your OBD port, which is right under your dash, in this case right under the dash, right by my right foot. Plug that in, it sends a Bluetooth signal with all the information of the engine that then goes to your smartphone and is displayed with the app. Or app. Sorry, not apt, app. So Our voltage gauge now is at 28.4. I'm going to open it up for a second. And here we go, boost. That was a nice little surge. Couldn't keep my eye on the boost gauge. I know I got to 4 psi, but I don't think I got the full 5 psi. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm getting the full psi. The Phantom Supercharger is advertised as giving up to 5 psi, but I've noticed that many owners get slightly less than that, like 4.8, 4.94, various things like that. So I'm not sure if I've ever seen a full 5 psi of boost yet, but it does for sure give you 4.94 because I have seen that on the gauge before. Don't know if I'll be able to see that tonight though. As you can see, the voltage gauge has recovered to 28.2, and the last few up to a normal reading of 28.6 will take a little bit of time before it fully recharges the batteries. Of course, the purpose of this whole exercise here is to show that with my Phantom electric supercharger, it is producing boost. And because many people are skeptical that an electric supercharger can work, they're sort of like the Luddites of the automotive world. They're not accepting that technology can make these things happen. Now, of course, that's because there's been many scams where people have tried to sell fans that you put on your intake that supposedly gives you more horsepower, which don't work and just suck your wallet dry of some money. And eBay is full of scams like that, apparently. But this is not a scam. This is actually a real operational unit. And it's not $60 eBay scam electric supercharger. It's a real Phantom, and the whole price of this whole unit with everything is $2,000, so that's certainly not what I would call really cheap. Although it's a lot cheaper than getting a regular turbo or supercharger system. And of course it has certain trade-offs. Because it is cheaper, you don't get the same amount of horsepower or torque as you would with a regular supercharger turbo, and also it only comes on when you are at 75 to 100% throttle. Otherwise, it's just not operating at all, which can have its benefits as well. So on a slightly faster road, so I'm going to open it up a little bit. That was just a quick little run. There's still fairly heavy traffic, as you can see on this bridge. It's hard to find areas where there isn't traffic. Take it down to 4th gear and try and do a pull, as they say. That was Phantom electric supercharger power. It does have power. A stock FRS just will not accelerate like that. Now, I'm not saying that's really impressive acceleration compared to a lot of cars, but that's definitely better than a stock FRS could do. It's just a kind of a handy little bit of extra power. There's nothing to really gush about or go like, wow, this is incredible. But it is there. It's definitely there. It definitely helps in everyday driving when you really want to go, when you want to get out of somebody's way, or if you want to merge with traffic on a highway. That's what this is good for. Again, I don't think I got 5 psi boost there at all. when I quickly look at the boost gauge, I usually see up to a 4 something, a 4 point something. And so it's amazing that you can get that much extra horsepower just with a measly 4 psi boost, or a little bit more than 4 psi boost. A real regular supercharger system, such as an Edelbrock E4 supercharger, will give you 10 psi, and that would definitely make this car really move. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see? That's the supermoon. The moon will not be this bright, or sorry, the moon will not appear to be this big again till 2037 or something like that. I probably won't even be around, so I might as well have a look at that, right? We're going to try this in 3rd gear at a fairly low RPM and see what we can do here. Okay. Looking at the boost gauge there, I saw 4.9. I definitely saw a 4.9. And that is close enough to 5 psi for me to say, okay, it produces up to a maximum of 5 psi. Okay, so maybe I can say that, even though I actually haven't seen a 5 yet. I haven't seen a 5 yet. So I'm just stopping here for a moment so that I can switch this over. Now that definitely showed a 4.9, so I'm pretty happy about that. That's good. But I should have been recording this. That's what I should have been doing. Okay, so I've got I'm recording now the screen here, which I should have been doing that before, because I did see a 4.9, which I'm pretty happy with. That shows that this electric supercharger does produce boost. We see now a 4.9. That means I can almost say it produces 5 psi boost. Okay. But also you'll notice that 4.9 or almost 5 psi boost is only for a very, very short time. It ramps up to the maximum and quickly declines. So you're getting that maximum boost only for a very short time, which is of course the limitation of the electric supercharger system. You're not getting a long period of 5 psi to help you just like power out. But it still makes this car go, that's for sure. Okay, so I've now got a 0 to 60 time. So I'm going to try and do a 0 to 60 time right now. And yeah, I did try a 0 to 60 time already earlier, and I've got a 6.4. I should be able to do better than that, because I think the stock FRS can do a 6.4. Of course, I'm not really abusing my clutch, so maybe you have to really dump the clutch at a high RPM to get that. I don't want to do that because, you know, I can't afford to get rid of my clutch this early in the game. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to best that, but I'm going to give that a try. And I mean, I really should, with the torque that this electric supercharger is supposed to be giving me, low down torque, I should be able to get a better than stock 0 to 60 time, right? Yeah. Okay, just waiting for the traffic to clear. Now the place where I'm going to try to do a 0 to 60 time is a on-ramp to a highway, which makes it fairly safe. This particular on-ramp is very long and very straight, which will help me to hopefully get a clean 0 to 60 time. Okay, I'm at the on-ramp for this, and I can probably do a 0 to 60 time right now. And we'll just let another car go by. Okay, wait for it to say ready. It'll tell me it's ready. Okay, so I had some wheel spin there, which definitely didn't help my 0 to 60 time. And I got a 6.6, as you can see, which is, I'm afraid, not impressive. I was really hoping for like a low 6s. That would have been nice. A low 6 would definitely show that I'm making more power than a stock FRS. A 6.6, I'm sorry, that doesn't do it. So now we'll switch the graph back to our vacuum gauge. And our voltage meter is saying that we're at 28.2, so we're not quite back to where we want to be. I'm going to do a pull from 5th gear here at 3,000 RPM. I'll just wait for this other car to go by. And another car to go by. And we're still at 28.2, so we're not fully recharged, so I don't know what kind of boost we're going to get. I don't know if you can see, but right now we're in the boost gauge, vacuum boost gauge. So this is our boost. Right now we are in vacuum. So now I will accelerate. And we are into boost. So you can see that when you're in 5th gear there, didn't accelerate really good because obviously I'm in a fairly high gear, but you can see the boost. I don't think we got a 4.9, but it stayed in the 4s there pretty good for quite a long time. So I haven't actually seen a 5 psi so far. It could still happen because it depends on the condition of the car. You got to make sure your voltage is completely recharged to a 28.6 in the case of this car. Right now I'm at 28.2, so I'm not getting the full potential power. And so, yeah, it is possible that the car can give 5 psi a boost, but I think it's more common to say that it's giving, you know, in the high 4s, like a 4.8, 4.9, which is pretty good. Definitely moves this car out. It's made this car more versatile. I'm able to pass people now. The FRS is a great handling, beautiful little car. I love this car, but stock, it just doesn't have a lot of horsepower. And the torque is not very good either. To the wheels on a dyno, only 140 foot-pounds of torque. That's not impressive. Even though this car is lightweight, that's not impressive. But with the Phantom electric supercharger, we're getting 40 more pounds of torque and 30 more horsepower. That's definitely something that you can feel in your everyday drive in this car. And for the price, like I said, $2,000 is not bad. A turbo, of course, is the ultimate way to make some horsepower, but then you have to have supporting mods and, you know, like You got to drill your oil pan, do various things like that. This Phantom electric supercharger can be installed in less than an hour. It can be removed, if you wish, in 20 minutes. You can't beat the ease of installation or removal on this setup. Turbo or a regular supercharger system just cannot compete in that area. Now I'm going to turn left here. I'm almost home to my place here. I'm going to try one more hit. I'm only at 28.2, so one more hit to see what I can get on the boost gauge. I'm in second gear. RPMs are 25, and that was 2 gears. That was through second and a little bit in third. Then I shut it down. I'm in fourth, and you see that in both gears, when you let off the gas, the boost goes away and then comes right back. Anyway, I'm still trying to figure out how this torque app works and see what else I can do with it. I'm pretty impressed. I mean, you can't beat it for the price. This the OBD Bluetooth transmitter, you can get them super cheap. The one I got, I think, is a little bit better quality, so I paid, I think, about $20, $17 for that. And of course the Torque Lite, which is the Torque app is free. And also I've got the smartphone holder that fits into the CD slot, and that's actually a great place to mount your smartphone, because a lot of people, obviously, they don't listen to CDs anymore. That's why we have a smartphone, right? So it can be used as a mount for the smartphone. Anyway, I made it home. So thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see you next time on Photomikes Garage. Bye-bye.